It's our 5th season into the Preston save, a new season, new signings, but the first time in a while I'm not convinced I've got everything right. So here we go. I'm going to show you what the table looks like. So for those that haven't been watching, the people that got or teams that got promoted last season were Leicester, Southampton and Sunderland from the Championship. So they are the newly promoted teams this season. So let's have a look where the media predicts us to finish this season, which is 15th, which not too bad because we've been 18th one season and then 19th the following season, and then it got changed to 16th. So they feel we're not going to be in the relegation battles this season. So that's a good aspect to have in terms of, is that based on my current team or was that based on team that happened before I'd done some of the transfers? Like I say, I'm a bit on edge of what I've done in terms of trying to strengthen the team. There's a few transfers I believe will help the team certainly, but there's a few transfers I kind of might have panic bought. We'll find out. It's one of those things that I try to keep hold of the team because they finished 7th and they did so well, but it is difficult because a lot of top clubs came in. So I bought Ben Doak from Bournemouth, who were relegated, and this guy looks really good replacement for Martinez, which I'll cover off in a minute. He's had some decent spells with Bournemouth. We bought him for 25 million. He's had not a lot of games, but maybe we can get him kicking because he has had a Premier League there with a 7.1 average rating. So he's got good stats for a right winger, and he can play left wing as well. So we got a bit of versatility in Ben Doak, and he looks a really good purchase. I'm pretty pleased with this one, so hopefully he can get off kicking on the wide areas for us. Next up was Dennis Seaman from Stuttgart, a goalkeeper. I feel he has brilliant stats and only 23 years of age, so someone that we can develop and try and keep. That would be my aim. He's had very good seasons across the Bundesliga and the Bundesliga 2 for Paderborn. So it'll be very interesting to see how he kicks off as well for us. We bought him for 27 million, which I feel is a very good purchase with the transfer kitty that we had. So hopefully Dennis Seaman can produce the goods in goal, because we lost Sam Tickle, which I'll show as well in a minute. But I feel Dennis is a very good replacement for Sam. And then we got Aljosha Kemlein, who is a defensive midfielder. Bought him from Borussia Mönchengladbach. He looks the real deal as well. 25 years of age, and he's already got very good ability rating, and we bought him for 29 million, and he was at Union Berlin and Borussia Mönchengladbach, so another Bundesliga talent that we brought over, and he's had some very good seasons and spells with Mönchengladbach as well, so hopefully he can get the ball rolling and produce the goods as well for us in defensive midfield. So he was a replacement for Jamie in defensive midfield. This is the confirmation of Zimas coming over on the option to buy. We spent heavily on Karim Koulibaly from Werder Bremen, and he's a left-footed centre-back, which is what we needed direly, because Drexler and Arthur were producing very good plays in centre-back positions, but we didn't have a left-footed centre-back. So he's had spells at Dresden, and he's also played at Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. So again, I feel he can help us. He's a backup option at the moment, but I believe he can integrate into the first team, and still quite young as well. So he's one to watch out for. It looks very, very powerful in the centre-back option. This is where I feel I may have panic bought a bit. We have Seni May Ulu, which some of you may recall that we had him on loan a couple of seasons ago. And he played really well for us. We had him in January, and he played 9 games, and he did good. My thinking here was we did Benjamin Arthur the same way, where we played him a little, and then he's come back and he's been very good. So hopefully Seni can be a reflection on that as well. Then we got Lucas Hogsberg, who we bought from Hull. Has played a lot of games for Hull. Done a good stint in the Championship, not so good in the Premier League, but at Strasbourg he also played quite well in the League One in the French League as well. So he's a good cover at right back, and he can also play centre back. So again, another versatile player that I feel is a good purchase. And then we've got Alejandro Garnacho from Chelsea. Chelsea were selling him for 14 million. So what I've done is I've done a loan option with mandatory purchase fee of 14 million. He's on a lot. He's on a lot in terms of wages. But he's such a good player. I mean, you love him or hate him. I mean, Chelsea bought him for 40 million. He hasn't played, so can we revive his career at Preston? I believe so. He's a really good option at left wing. But see how he gets on, because he's been at Manchester United for a long time, Chelsea at a long time, and he's got good stats. And he's still fairly young at 25 years of age, and he's got the potential. So can we revive his career and have a really good player on our hands? I think so. So I'll also go over some of the players that we couldn't keep hold of, and some that went. So I think I'm looking at the wrong season here, but James Wilson has gone on loan to Coventry. I was looking at Ian Holland, who's a prospect from the academy, and look at those stats. What a regen he is, or a new gen, should I say, really. He's one to keep an eye on. So he's playing in, I'll have to cover it later on, he's playing in the Belgium League on loan this season. So that'll be a very, very closely watched player, I think, because he has got the stats. So One Hegbo left us to join Al Nassr in the Saudi Arabian team league. David Martinez, unfortunately, I couldn't keep our best player. They came in with a £46 million bid with some add-ons that raises it to 61 million, so it was too good to turn down. But what I've done is I've noticed that I'd put 50% sell-on fee release clauses, transfer clauses. So a lot of these players that I got rid of got 50% of their transfer, which was a bit of a pain, which meant that we didn't have as much money to spend. So I've knocked that down a little bit in terms of who I've been signing on the team. And Mason Burstow has gone to Aston Villa for 18.5, and then Josh Chapong has gone to the Spanish league with Alves, so he's on loan and getting that experience that we need. Ajax came in with a bid for Q. Again, he wanted to go, so it's so hard when players want to go. I don't want to upset the apple cart a bit, but that's a loss. Sam Tickle by Leverkusen came in for him, and he got 50% of the transfer. But all the best to Sam. He's done such a good job for us in goals, and I feel Dennis will just do it just as good of a job. So yep, James Wilson to Coventry because I wanted him to get some experience in the Championship. Pierce Charles on loan as well, and Gurasi. Osakuma, who had a good stint at Salford, has gone to Sheffield Wednesday to get some more experience. And Ray Morris has been playing in the Australian leagues, and he's gone there again. Arne Engels. Now, this is another player that I wanted to try and keep because he's been so good in midfield. But again, a Saudi team came in with a bid, and he wanted to go because look at that. I just can't compete with those wages, which is really frustrating because I feel then I've got to panic and try and find someone to come in and on such a good level as well, so it's hard. So Ben Nink's gone out on loan. Patrick Outro, Rangers have done a mandatory option with a loan, so he's gone as well. Wheeler has gone to Wednesday. Mohamed's gone to Reading. Baba to Gillingham. So a lot of these players played in a league less, like a league below last season, and now they've got a league ahead, so their development's going the right way. And this is how the team looks currently through our pre-season. I'll just swap because I'm going to do Zimas as the main striker and Harry Gray as the backup. Ben Doak on the right. Andre Santos, who had a brilliant season towards the end for us. I've extended his contract, so I've managed to keep hold of him for now, which is really important because he had such good ratings. And then I'll have Koulibaly, Hogsberg, Ada, Peck, Louis Leroux I think will start for us. Meilu will be a backup there, and just put Welsh on because I need 9 subs. And Harry Gray, who's looking really good. He had a stint at Coventry and played very well in the Championship, but at 20 years old I didn't want to loan him back out again because I feel he's a decent Premier League talent and he's left-footed, and he's going to bring that option for us off the bench in the striking team. So yeah, I feel I didn't want to loan him out again. I felt he's got the call up to the team, and hopefully we can get him developed into such a good talent that I'll try and keep as well. That'll be my aim, because we finished 7th last season. I'd like to try and keep this team, but I am feeling a bit uneasy because I do feel I may have rushed a little. But I've signed everyone that's rated an A by my scouting team, so it's not like I've gone in blind. And our expansion of the stadium is nearly complete as well, so I will show that once it's done, see what it went to. And our board wants us to finish mid-table, not relegation anymore. They want us to finish mid-table, so they've got some aspiration. So I'm going to be happy to oblige, or try and oblige with what they want. And it's good feedback from the fans as well. Very happy. Yeah, I'm upset with the sale of David Martinez, Engels and Tickle, but if they want to leave on better money, then I can't help that. But they're happy with Dennis, and they're happy with Kem Lane as well, so beggars can't be choosers. It's going to be an interesting season, that's for sure. Will these new signings integrate? Will we finish better than 7th? My aim is 7th, because I'd like us to get into Europe, because if we can get into Europe, I feel we can attract better talent. Because at the moment, when I've been looking at the recruitment pages, I'm wondering if we're not seeing everybody. I've got it on people that I can bring in, but I feel Europe will help that. And we had a good pre-season as well then, so we didn't get off to the best of starts. 1-0 loss to Bristol City. Then we played Accrington Stanley and beat them 3-1. Louisville, because we did our summer in the American States, sorry. Then we played Hearts, then Bowness United. Liverpool humbly beating us 4-1, which got me a little bit worried. But then we played Italian side Catanzaro, and we beat them 9-0. So Ben Doak absolutely ripped them apart. And we smashed them 9-0, which got me thinking, right, okay, here we go. Aston Villa, Spurs, our first couple of games, Chelsea, Newcastle, we can bring it to them. No injuries, but we have a suspension with Senny, which is absolutely fine. We can cover that off with the other players. But this is how we got on against Aston Villa. And I'm setting up Scally on the left now, so he's a good starter on the left. Left back option will probably be somewhere where I'll need to strengthen once we get a bit of transfer money back again. Yeah, it's hard, but Scally's doing a good job. He did a good job at right back, but he's playing left back now, and I've got Baum on the right. And then Ben Doak setting up Zimas. Ben Doak has been... You'll see as well with the Tottenham game, Ben Doak is a good signing and a good replacement for David Martinez. I think he's going to be one of those players that will win lots of people over, because he just seems to be getting in the right positions at the right time and setting up people as well. So I'm happy with that signing from Bournemouth. And then that was a brilliant goal from Rogers, and I cannot fault that at all. Dennis Seaman did better, not just stood there, he did dive for it, so unfortunate for him. So it ended 1-1, a draw with Aston Villa, who we beat last season, so it's a little bit annoying. And then we played Tottenham next, who we remember, if you saw them last time, we beat them 4-0, and then Kaylee putting in a decent goal there as well. And I was a bit like, we've only just started this game. It happens, but it wasn't long into the second half before we pulled a goal back. And again, this team, it's early doors, it's early days, so they're going to have a bit of time to mould like I normally do. And I've changed it up a bit as well. I give some players that hadn't played against the Aston Villa team a bit of a start this time, and then made some changes around half time as well. So I'm mixing it up a little and getting them all integrated with one another. And this is such a fumble by Tottenham. This was, if this happened to me, I'd be absolutely frustrated. But we're on the lucky end of it. I thought Harry Gray should have buried it first off. We'll just let it play out, and I'll show you now. I did think Harry Gray should have scored here. Look, hits the post, but Ben Doak is there. He's there, like I say, right position, right time, and he's a player to watch indeed. He certainly is a good purchase, so I'm really happy with that. So 2 draws to start off with. Not what I wanted, but we've got some good big games coming up against Chelsea, Leeds, Newcastle, Brighton, Everton. So hopefully the team can settle, bond, and start winning us the games. Our aim is 7th. I don't want any lower. I want 7th or higher because I want that European place. Even if we have a good cup run maybe and win a cup, I wouldn't mind where we finish then in the table. Just as long as we qualify for Europe. That is my aim this season. Can we do it? Because I think we can. So this is how the table looks. Norwich are high flying early doors, and we're 14th with 2 draws. Brentford, Liverpool, Aston Villa, not in the best of places, seeing as though they finished higher up in the table last season. Apart from Villa, of course, who were towards the bottom 5 in the last 2 seasons now. So that's how the table looks. Still lots to play for because it's only 2 games in. Happy with my team, happy with my setup. I've not changed any of my tactics. I've left it as it is because I believe we've got a good harmonisation in the tactics and people will just have to start learning, I think. But Kemlin and Joe Scally already good average ratings, and Ben Doak as well, like I was saying. And then Seni Meilu is already wanted on loan, but he's not going anywhere. He's a good backup option for us. And someone that we can develop. I keep forgetting that this is a young squad. I keep doing a young squad, and sometimes the experience will help. But as seasons progress and some of them get that experience, then I feel we've got a good team in our hands. It's going to be really important for us, and I'm really happy. Like, some of them have been a bit maybe a panic buy in my eyes, but maybe they might not turn out to be. I've got 1.32 million with an 81,000 wage available to me, so maybe having a look at maybe some loans, because the window is still open and it'd be good to strengthen the team even further to get that European qualification that we're pushing for. And we're not doing too bad. I mean, the club's in a healthy position. Much better than in real life terms, and like I say, in 4 weeks we've got our expanded stadium and we'll be back at Deepdale and we'll try and make that a fortress, a solitude, a place where people do not want to come to and play at, so it'll be good. Ewood Park's been good for us, but I want to get back to Deepdale now. It's where we belong as Preston North End. So yes, interesting times ahead. It'll be a good season. 5th season, our 3rd season in the Premier League. I haven't really looked at my stats either of the manager, but that's something maybe I'll show next time. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay cheeky.